Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Please indicate where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? Tell me if the video is clear so that we begin without wasting much of the time. Which part of the country are you watching from? Kindly share the video to your friends so that they also enjoy. Not properly clear. Okay, let me check on the other phone. But on my other phone, it's clear. Maybe it's network where you are. Okay, great. You can now see. Nice. This is Jesper. Where are you watching from, Jesper? Okay. I think tonight we have a stable network. We can solve some questions. All right, let's solve this 2025 mathematics paper 2. This is what? This is GCE. All right, so let's just solve some random questions. Okay, Jesper from Lusaka. All right, so Lusaka is in. Which other province is being represented tonight, this evening? Okay. All right, so let's begin with the very first question here, which is an algebraic question. So this question is saying, simplify. So this is what you are given. You are given this expression. And what you should know is that we have multiplication and division. So let me copy the question. This is a squared b cubed over 2c multiplied by ac squared over 2b divided by b squared c over 2a. This is the question. I was just rewriting the question. Okay. So that's the question. All right. Then, having written this, what you do is change the division here to multiplication so that you solve nicely. When you change this division to multiplication, you should know that you're going to reciprocate here. The denominator becomes the numerator. This numerator becomes the denominator. That's what it means to reciprocate. All right. So we're going to maintain this side, a squared b cubed over 2c multiplied by a c squared over 2b multiplied by you have 2a will be the numerator rather, then the denominator will be what? B squared c. Okay, so having introduced a multiplication sign there, we can just multiply direct. Okay, we can multiply numbers direct. So let's group numbers together. When you look at on top here, we have an invisible one here, an invisible one. Let's write 2. Okay, 2 multiply. Let's group all the a's. We have 2 a's here, so 2a times a multiplied by this a multiplied by this a this side. Then let's go to b's. We have 3 b's here. Okay, as far as I can see. Okay, this is B times B times B. Then how about C? We have two C's here. All right, so we have C times C. The whole of this over, let's start with numbers. We have 2 times 2. All right, do we have an A down here? No, we don't have. Okay, we don't have an A. All right, fine. Okay, so since we don't have an A, let's go to B. Do you have B? Yes, we have. We have B times B times B. We have 3 B's here. As you can see, we have 3 B's. All right. Then C, how about C? C, we have 2 C's. So we have C times C. Okay. So what you can do is just to cancel out. So these 2 and these 2 will do what? Will cancel. So on the denominator, we are going to remain with what? On the denominator, we just remain with these 2. Okay. Let's cancel out A's we don't have. Okay. So on our final answer on the numerator, we should have A to the power 1, 2, 3, 4. So A to the power 4. All right. Down we already have this 2. We have a 2. Then how about the B's? This B and this B will cancel. This one and this one. This and this. So all the B's will disappear. How about C's? This and C, this and this one will cancel. This one and this one will cancel. Oh, that's all. So our final answer is A to the power 4 over 2. This is our answer. Okay. That's our answer. Tell me guys where you are watching from. I can only see Jasper from Lusaka. All right, so go to the second question. That's the first question. Let's go to the second question. The second question is, this is geometric progression, sequence and series. Geometric progression, sequence and series. And the question is saying, for the geometric progression, 60, 30, 15, this, blah, 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 blah. Find the sixth term, second term, geometric mean of 15 and 3.75. All right. Sum to infinity. Ruth, you're saying it's not clear. Okay, how is it now? Is it clear now? Someone to confirm if it's clear. Okay, guys, if you've just joined, we are solving 2025 paper 2 mathematics. This is GCE. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe the live video to the live video. Okay. Someone to confirm if it's now clear. We'll go to the second question. I think it's now clear. Let's go to the second question. So here we asked to find the sixth term. Now, what's the formula for finding the nth term of GP? The formula is Tn is equals to A r to the power n minus 1. All right? N minus 1, whereby A is the first term. We've been given first term there, which is 60. Then n is number of terms, so 6. We're going to substitute with what? 6. Then we have r, which is the common ratio. We need to calculate the common ratio, which is found by dividing second term over first term. So T2 over T1, or the third term over the two, going to get the same answer. Okay. So common ratio is equals to T2 is 30. So we're going to say 30 over 60. This 0 and this 0 cancel. 3 here, 1, 3 into 6, 2. So common ratio is 1 over 2. Okay, common ratio is 1 over 2. All right, now then that's the common ratio. Then what else? The number of terms, yeah, we've been given there. So we're going to substitute here. We want to find the sixth term. So we're going to say t, where there's n, we're going to say 6 is equals to a. The first term is 6, open bracket. Common ratio is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. N is the number of terms, which is 6. So it will be 6 minus 1. All right, 6 minus 1. Then T6 is equals to 60 multiplied by 1 over 2. 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, now here what you can do is to solve. Yeah, 60 multiplied by, you know that 1 over 2 here, 1 over 2 to the power 5, this is the same as 1 to the power 5 and 2 to the power 5. So without wasting much of the paper, 2, and this is just 2 marks. Just get your calculator and punch 1 to the power 5, which is just will give us 1. 2 to the power 5, okay. 2 to the power 5 is 32. I think it's supposed to be 32. 32. Then here you can now divide. This is 60 times 1 divided by what? 32. So you can just say 60 divided by what? 60 over 32. Okay, on your calculator nicely. 60 over 32. All right. Okay. As so T6, this is giving me 15 over 8. As a mixed fraction, T6 will be 1 whole number, 7 over 8. Okay, if you are also solving, just see, confirm. This is what I have found. All right. Okay, so this is T6, term number 6. All right, let's go to the second question, which is saying find the geometric mean of 5 and 15 and 3.75. So geometric mean, let me just abbreviate as GM, is found by the square root of 50. Let me just say A times C. Now, the square root of, what is our A? Our A is 15. What is our C? Our C is simply this one, 3.75. Okay, let's multiply the two numbers. 15 multiplied by 3.75. 3.75. This is giving me 56. So the square root of 56.25. Okay, we're going to square root this number. So the square root of the answer, okay, this is giving 7.5. Someone to confirm? This is giving me 7.5 as the answer. All right, is it still clear on your end? Now, the last question here is saying sum to infinity. Sum to infinity. This is very simple. The third, let's solve this one from infinity is given by S. this symbol, this is for infinity, is equals to first term over 1 minus the common ratio. It's as simple as this. All right, it is as simple as this. Then what you do is substitute. So sum to infinity is equals to, the first term is 60, which is a, right, over 1 minus the common ratio, which is 1 over 2. So which is, 1 over 2. Now 1 minus half is half. It's as simple as that. 1 minus 0.5, it is what? 0.5. Okay, you can confirm using your calculator. All right, so this is giving me 60 over 1 over 2. So when you have such a number here, you know that you're supposed to use a calculator, but let's solve this one without using a calculator. When you're dividing a number which is a fraction here, multiply the numerator and the denominator by the denominator of this fraction here. So this is 1 over 2. So multiply this number by the same the same 2. This 2 and this 2 cancel. 6 times 2 is 12, and the 0 follows, so it's just 120. You can use a calculator, and it's still going to give you 120. So that's the sum to what? The sum to infinity. All right, that's our sum to infinity. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. All right, so we've solved the first question 1. Let's go to question 2. Okay, so this is question 2. All right, so this is question 2. So question 2, this is algebraic question, and we are asked to express these two fractions as a single fraction in its what? Simplest form, and it's just 3 marks. So when you're given such a question, it's very simple to solve this question. So what you should do is, when you're given such a question, the first thing is check on the denominator if you have what is common. Ask yourself, do you have what is common? No. This is x minus 1 and this is x minus 2. So since we don't have what is common, multiply them. Now, you don't just multiply them, you show that you're multiplying them by putting them in brackets like this, x minus 1, x minus 2, like this. Then you multiply. Okay, you cross multiply. This is what you do. Multiply this number here on the left side by this denominator. So I'm going to just show 5 multiplied by x minus 2. Then whatever sign is here, which is a minus, then this 2 multiplied by this denominator, which is x minus 1. Okay, then you proceed solving. Esther, hi, how are you? So let's expand. First, we're going to write our denominators, x minus 1, this side of x minus 2. All right, 5 times x is just 5x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Then we come to this side. Negative 2 times x is just negative 2x. Negative times negative is positive. 2 times 1 is just 2. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you reach here. Multiply negative times negative is positive. Okay, then the second step is just to collect like terms. So I'm going to say x minus 1, x minus 2. You have a 5x here, then the negative 2 will just come here. Will not change sign because this is not an equation, this is just an expression. All right, so we have 5x minus 2 minus 10 plus 2. All right, 5x minus 2, just 5 minus 2 is just 3x. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. Why? Because this, we have two numbers with different signs, so we subtract and get the sign from the bigger number. So 10 minus 2 is 8, then the sign from the bigger number, which is 10, is what? Negative. So we have 3 over 8, 3x minus 8 over x minus 1, x minus 2. If you check nicely here, we don't have what is common, so we can't cancel out here. But if on the denominator, on the numerator here, we had, let's say, x minus 1, would have cancelled x minus 1 and this x minus 1 down. But since we don't have, this is the answer, and it's just 3 marks. Good. So that is question 2A. Let's go to question 2B. Question 2B is this side. This is calculus. Find the equation of a tangent. All right, so this is equation of a tangent. This is very simple. So what we're going to do is to solve. So let's rewrite the equation, which is y is equals to x cubed minus 5x squared plus 8x minus 4. The value of x is what? Is 1. Do you know the value of y? No. Okay. Don't know the value of y? It's very important to know the value of y, because to find the equation, we're not supposed to use the coordinates x and what? X and y. Okay, let's find the value of y. Okay. Or we'll find the value of y later. Let's differentiate, derivate this equation. Okay. So we're going to say dy dx. There is an invisible positive 1 here. So we're going to say 1 multiplied by the power, which is 3x, and then the power reduces by 1. Okay. Then you do the same. This, we're going to have negative 5 times the power, which is 2x to the power 2 minus 1. All right. Then here, this is 8 multiplied by, there is an invisible 1 there, then x, 1 minus 1. Then dy dx of a constant number is what? 0. So it's the same as we have just 0 there. Okay. Let's just write plus 0, or just 0. Now, dy dx rather is equals to 1 times 3 is just 3, x, 3 minus 1, 2. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. 2 minus 1 is just 1, so just remain with x. 8 times 1 is just 8. 1 minus 1 here is 0. X to the power 0 is 1. And 1 times 8 is just 8. Any number raised to the power 0, or any variable, is equals to 1. Divide dx of a constant number, 0. Right. So when you reach this stage here, where there is this divide dx, we're going to substitute the symbol for what? Gradient, which is m. Then we solve for gradient. 3 times, where there is x, we're going to substitute with the value of x here. I hope you can see. All right. So we're going to say 1 squared minus 10 times 1 plus 8. M is equals to 1 squared is 1. 1 times 3, just 3. Minus 10 times 1, 10. Plus 8. Okay. So 3 minus 10 is negative 7. Negative 7 plus 8 is 1. Okay. Is 1. So this is the gradient of a tangent. the gradient of a tangent. Listen, look here, we are told that is what? Tangent. All right, so this is how you solve. This is the gradient of a tangent. Now we're not asked to calculate to find the gradient, we're asked to find the equation. So we need to have a gradient of which we've calculated. The whole purpose of doing this was to come up with a gradient. Then you need a point, x comma y, in form of x comma y. Now x comma y, we have x. Now how can you find y? We can find y by substituting x here in the original equation. So y is equals to x be 1 to the power 3 minus 5 times 1 to the power 2 plus 8 times 1 minus 4. Okay, which should be y is equals to 1 to the power 3, just 1. 1 squared is 1 times 5, just minus 5 here. Then 1 times 8 is just 8 minus 4. All right, 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 8 is positive 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So y is equals to 0. So we have m as 1, and the point x is 1, y is 0. Let me double check. I don't want to make a mistake. Well, we've reached here. 1 to the power 3 is 1. 1 to the power 2 is 1 times 5 is negative. Times negative 5 is negative 5. 8 times 1, 1. 8 times 1, 8 rather. Then minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Then here you have, yeah, this is correct. Let's proceed. So having written this, we have different methods of calculating the equation. Now this is my favorite. Y minus y1 is equals to m, open bracket, x minus x1. Okay, so y minus, what is y1? This is the value of y. So going to substitute to the 0 is equals to, what is m? M is the 1, which is the gradient. Then x, this x is just x. x1 is 1. Y minus 0 just y is equals to 1 times this be just 1 times x is just 1 x rather. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So this is the equation. Okay, now if the question was find the equation of a tangent like the 2025 for the grade 12 2025 paper 2, it was the equation of a normal. This one would have been the same one here. Now would have just introduced 1 over negative 1. Okay, this would have been negative 1 over, 1, this 1 over negative 1, which is just negative 1 as the gradient of the what? Of the normal. All right. If we're still together, guys, consider subscribing, like the video. All right. I think we just end here for tonight. We're going to proceed from where we've ended. All right. So we've answered the first 2 questions of this paper. We'll proceed to question 3, 4, and other questions. All right. You can also join our online classes. My number is just there. Just go on my channel, you'll find my number. All right, you can join our online classes. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.